Nice, so I'm here with Dan in the Pike Place Market, who's one of the vendors of his own handicraft here. And I wanted to just show you some of his work and check out what we got going on. It's got all these various paintings, as well as a whole bunch of hand-drawn hats. As well as a whole bunch of buttons. Good to meet you, Dan.
Hey, good to meet you.
Cool.
Thank you
So
so
tell me a little bit about your work and where we are.
Well, here at the Pike Place Market, which I'm down here 4 days out of the week, Friday through Monday. I hand draw everything you see at my booth. I've been doing this for about 8 years. What I'm working on here is a Volkswagen hat. You can see I start with a basic black line, and then I color it in with these markers. They're called Prismacolor markers.
Nice.
And once the hats are finished, I clear coat and waterproof them for protection. And I've actually been numbering them the entire time I've been drawing them. The hat I'm working on is number 10,929.
Nice.
And I also do shoes, messenger bags. I cut out all my own stencil work to create these images behind me. And let me show you a new pair of shoes I just finished. Here's for an example of what I do.
Nice. Pure Seattle love.
Yeah. As you can see, this is pair number 280.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you buy those in just straight white and then do all the original artwork on them?
I airbrush the backgrounds and then I use paint markers to create the fine lines.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great time.
So tell me about some of your choices of pop culture icons and the quotes that you've gone with here.
Some of the stuff you see behind me are mostly movies and musicians and basically just things I'm into, things movies I grew up watching or characters that interest me, funny quotes from movies, inspirational quotes I like to use a lot.
Cool. So who are some of the artists that you have profiled here?
This bottom row has a lot of hip-hop artists. We got Eazy-E, Tupac, Ice Cube, even Snoop Dogg. Next row up you'll see Jim Morrison, Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, etc., etc.
Nice.
Thanks.
So tell me a little bit about where we are and just sort of what you're doing, selling, what you make down here.
Well, I have a mode called Work Harder, and what that consists of is just working while I'm working. So while I'm down here selling my products, I also offer a service where if you'd like something designed, it takes about an hour. So at my booth I can draw hats, shoes, messenger bags. You just have to come down and let me know what you're interested in. I work with the customer directly to come up with a really original idea, and then I knock it out.
Cool. Can you show me some of your hats?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me get one down. You know what? We got several right here. Here's a hat for a young lady. She's a musician.
Cool.
I also do a lot of portraits on hats if you want to be immortalized on a hat. I do a lot of cartoon characters. One of my favorite characters is Invader Zim. Once again, another portrait hat. This guy was from San Francisco and wanted to be wakeboarding. And then this one is a pretty original design. A young lady who's into reptiles and scorpions, and this is what I came up with.
Cool. So you can knock out a hat like those 6 that you just showed me in under an hour?
Yeah. The most hats I've drawn in one day, believe it or not, is 27 hats.
Wow.
For my booth. Yesterday I drew 16 of the ones hanging above you.
And how much does a hat like that go for, or a piece of art like the one behind you, or a pair of shoes?
The artwork on a hat, if you buy one from my booth, it's $35. And if you want one drawn, it takes about an hour and it costs $50. If you want to get some shoes made, the artwork alone on the shoes is $100, not including the cost of the actual shoes. But if you need me to provide the shoes, if it'd make your life a little easier, I do that as well.
Nice. Cool. Tell me your name again.
My name is Dan Gregory. I go by Mr. Dan here at the Pike Place Market.
Cool. And what's your website, Dan?
You can find me on I have a store with over 3,000 images, ordering information. It's got PayPal hooked up to it. It's myspace.com/1976, the numbers. It's just art. And I can
Doesn't want to focus.
oh, that's okay.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Dan.
Thanks, man. Hey, thanks. Have a great day.